Hi, so I wanted to pull a card and do an intuitive reading because I feel like, well, I'm being guided to. The energy is exciting for me right now. It's making me feel really creative. I'm feeling really connected to Source. I'm feeling like I'm going to that next intimate level with Source and really understanding how, Source really is experiencing all and everything through us, through our unique creation. So together, none of us are exactly the same. We are all completely unique. All of us unique, but yeah, the same. How amazing is that? The paradox, right? So we are totally unique. There is no one else like any of us. Nobody has our creative flair. We all have our own unique spin on creation and our creativity that we bring in, but at the same time we are all souls connected from God's source consciousness, from that one energy. We are both those things, which just connects us all, right? It connects us all, yet it allows us all to be our own unique expressions as well, so that no one is quite the same. So we all bring in source in our own unique way, and we all get to co-create a magical reality, basically. So let's see. So I just wanted to pull a card because I'm feeling inspired, I'm feeling connected, and really I don't really need a card because the messages come intuitively. However, I love the artwork, the visuals really trigger like gnosis in me. It's like certain images just trigger an opening. It's like a key to a locked DNA strand inside, and when I see a certain picture, it unlocks, it opens up information. So I like to use the cards too. So let's see what the cards have to say for myself, where I'm heading right now, and also for those that are resonating on that level as well. So let's see, just one card. Okay. Oh, interesting. So the card that I got is faith in the process, and that is really resonating with me and where I am, because personally, the energy that I've been feeling is, and what I've been experiencing is moving into this deeper trust of myself and this deeper trust of source and my connection to source, and that has been a relationship that I have been focused on healing and reconnecting to for the last couple of years, very consciously, but for a long time. So I've had to move from that faith. I've had to have faith in the process and know that everything comes to us at the right time when we are ready for it. So there can be times in our life where we literally, our ego wants it now and gets upset if it doesn't get it now, but that's not how creation works. That's not how things truly are. That's part of the false matrix that makes us believe it is. And if you don't get it now, then it's gone, it's not for you. But it's all about divine time, and it's all about us doing our inner work and healing the corruption that stops us from actually seeing, feeling and connecting and moving into our destiny. Our destiny is always there. It's always a blueprint inside of our bodies, but we have to have faith in the process, that we have to be guided step by step. We have to plug into our guides, we have to listen to the messages, and we have to follow those impulses, and then we have to take those steps. And as we take those steps, things start to unfold, and we start to be given more and more of the pieces, and we can start to bring those pieces together. Right now as well, faith in the process. Right now, I think this is really reflective of the collective, because many of us that are waking up right now, that are remembering that we are part of God's source consciousness, that we all chose to be here, to forget who we were, to cut ourselves off from all of our memories of all of our lives. But so we are remembering this right now, and we are starting to align ourselves with truth. And as we align ourselves with truth and let go of the lies one by one, we examine our subconscious program, we examine our beliefs that stop us from embodying the truth of who we are. Then as we do that, it unfolds step by step, and we see the picture bigger as well. So we see the bigger picture. So yeah, let's have a look. I feel like she's praying as well. Okay, well, she is praying. That's clear. And actually, the last, whilst I've always had a relationship with God and spoke to God, really, it's only really been the last 4 weeks I've started every single day. I've written a sacred prayer. I've written a prayer to Mother, Father, God, where I'm asking Mother, Father, God, I'm letting Mother, Father, God know that I want to be more intimate with them. I want to feel source consciousness, life force energy running through my body. I want to feel that bliss of remembering who I am. I want to start remembering all of my memories. I want to plug into the Akashic records, and I want to remember who I am. I want to do that work and face all of my demons, because I know that I am doing that with God source consciousness. So I've been saying a prayer. That's not exactly the prayer that I was saying, but also asking to connect into my higher self, my galactic guides every single day, asking that I have compassion, that I am kind, that I hold space for myself as I heal, and for all others as we heal all of these corruptions that are in the body, that have been purposely inserted into our consciousness from birth. Before that, we are healing trauma from our ancestral line. That is the work that we are doing right now, and we are doing it because we are kick-ass. We are doing it because we remember that we are souls, we are eternal, and there is a divine plan. And all I have to do for my part of that is heal all the lies that keep me small, heal all the lies that stop me from fully receiving Source, because Source is here to play. Source is here to love creating more creations, and Source does that through us. We blend and merge and move into union with Source, and we become the true self. The true self is that we are both an individual expression of Source, and we are Source because we are connected to Source. We cannot be disconnected. So all of us are like cells of Source body. So I have been praying, and honestly, that prayer, which is like really a focused intent, every single day at my altar, I've created a beautiful altar, which every time I see it, it makes me smile. And I have things on my altar that remind me of the beauty of the world. I have roses, I have pictures of dragons that connect me to that consciousness. I have angels, plants for Mother Earth, just things that make me smile. And I pray there every morning, and honestly, I'm really feeling that prayer is being answered, that my relationship with Mother, Father, God is becoming more intimate and becoming more trusting. I've been shown things. I was shown that the level of support that I'll be receiving now from God Source Consciousness has just gone up a level, and I'm feeling it. So here she's showing us prayer. So prayer is something that can elevate our lives. So think about, what prayer are you speaking in the morning? What are the first things that you speak with emotion, with passion? Is it something that is beautiful? Is it something that you want to see in your life? Because if it's not, then you are still praying, because everything is sacred, but you are sending out and I'm not saying you are, I'm just saying in general we are. If that's what we're doing in a day, in the morning, we are sending out a negative prayer. So actually, what are we saying in the morning? What is our intent for our life? Like my intent to become more intimate with Mother, Father, God, to heal that needs healing within me, so that I can step more into the true self. That is my prayer. What is your prayer in a morning? So I think it's showing that as well. Let me just see if there's any other message. coming through? Well, there's the birds, 2 birds, and I've been seeing so many birds lately, or even not that I've been seeing loads of birds, but I've been really seeing them. It's like a telepathic communication that the bird is here to bring a message, that there is a message on its way, or even that we are receiving messages all the time from source. We might not always hear it as a direct message in the ear. We might hear it as a vibration. We might hear a vibration come into the ear. That's often what happens to me when I'm getting a download, when I start to hear this sound come in. And it might be later when I experience what that is. It's almost like it might be later that it just downloads and I get the message. Or it might even be days or months later. But I think that is showing right now, then, if you are tuning into this, that you also are receiving a lot of messages at this time, or you're going to receive some messages. And these messages, I believe, are going to be in relation to that which you've been desiring, praying for. So actually, yeah, I can say, like, what have been your prayers? What has been your intent? What have you been speaking into life? There's some messages coming on the way in relation to that. Okay, so I'm noticing as well that she's naked. So when we think of being naked, we think of being vulnerable. So I also think it's a time of vulnerability. It's a time when, as humans, we have to start looking at the world and asking ourselves, or taking full responsibility for our creation, because we are responsible for what we create with source. And if we do it unconsciously, it's probably not going to be a creation that we love. It's not going to make us bad or wrong. It's just going to be new life lessons and learning and growing. But if we're doing it from a place of unconsciousness, it's probably going to be a lot more suffering, and we're going to create stuff that we don't really want to create, because we're creating from unconscious, subconscious patterns. And those subconscious programs, I should say, not patterns, all the same thing. Those subconscious programs or patterns are what are driving and creating your reality, our reality collectively. So it's not our organic selves. So we're not going to create something so beautiful, are we? We're going to create something so much more beautiful when we are conscious, and we become conscious by realizing that there are places in our lives where we are unconscious. We have to be able to be open to that, because how can we examine the unconscious if we tell ourselves there is nothing, that we know everything? We do not. We definitely do not. And actually, my brother really brought that home to me with a conversation we were having recently, where I really heard that message. You're right. Sometimes I think because I am connecting to so much information from my higher self, from source, I'm seeing that validated through other star seeds, light workers that are getting the same messages, that are connecting in the same way. But that doesn't mean that I know everything. That doesn't mean that I have all the answers. I am just getting pieces of the answer. There's so much more out there in the unknown, in the mystery of creation, that we all need to open up to start to experience. So we have to be vulnerable. We have to be raw and honest. We have to be able to take responsibility for where we are and for the world. We can look out in the world and see so much war, consciousness, conflict, but really it's a reflection of the conflict inside of ourselves. So when we heal the conflict inside of ourselves, then it ripples out of us. So it changes our reality, but it starts to move into the collective reality, right? We're all connected in this bubble of plasma light, kind of like watery substance. We're all connected by that energy. So if I lift up my energy, then it's going to affect the collective. That's why, as light workers, as working with the light, as realizing that's what you do, that you work with the light, meaning you want to seed into the sacredness back into the world, restore the world back to its organic template. Then when we are feeling that, we don't have to share it, but if we share it as well, we are going to connect into those that are either already on that vibration or are close to that vibration, and who can then be just giving a little leg up to that level without having to do so much work, which is what I do with people as well, right? I am clearing out my template, moving up in consciousness, and there's other people that are more conscious than me, and I am moving into their space and accelerating my growth too. So we can accelerate our growth when we're going through this as light workers, if we share it. So that is what I know I'm here to do. I'm here to share my journey of reconnection. I'm here to light a way for others to follow if they need that little bit of light to follow. And I don't mean like following my light, maybe not putting that in the right way, but if they, like I have learned of other people, we all are teachers and students in this life, and student and teacher. So being vulnerable is going to be key. And also I see being vulnerable really akin to being authentic, because to be authentic doesn't mean that you're just happy all the time, right? To be authentic is to be truthful with that, where you are in your consciousness and reality, to acknowledge it, because if you don't acknowledge it, then you can't change it. So if you want to, and we all are infected by this inverted matrix, to different in degrees. We've all been abused in this system in some way, spiritually abused, physically, mentally, emotionally, abused in this reality. So we all have stuff to heal within ourselves, and we all have to be able to be honest, truthful, vulnerable with ourselves, authentic with ourselves in reality. And when I say in reality, I don't mean the false reality that is painted. I mean the organic truth reality, where we can see those things and we can dissolve them, because they are not the truth of who we are. We start to remember we are multidimensional beings. When we start to embody that, you are moving out of that slave system already and starting to move into the organic system. So that is definitely the path that I am treading this year. And if you're watching this video, I do believe you are also treading that path in some way as well. So hopefully that gave you some messages, some synchronicities. Just we all do that for each other. We all trigger each other, or activate each other in different ways. So yeah, thank you.